Hey there, thank you for taking the time to review the demonstration for us. I'm going to go ahead and start here. We're going to go over what they would like to see, what our audience would like to see throughout the demonstration. What we plan to cover is the four different personas that we help. Okay, so with instructional designers, we're going to show how the two platforms, Embark and MindMarker, can be used together to create an end-to-end solution by doing things like doc upload, creating games very quickly that are fun and engaging, having learner chatbots when the coach isn't available, as well as how much time and effort MindMarker Assist saves in creating MindMarker reinforcement programs. For the facilitator, we're going to cover creating and executing agendas. And then for the learners, we're going to show how we can engage with Mingle for like an icebreaker exercise, as well as engage in the MindMarker's mobile app. And then for the managers or sales, you're going to be able to view the analytics so that we can prove, we can show participation, we can prove knowledge retention, but most importantly, show that we are changing behavior over time. Okay, so here's an example of a learning journey blueprint. And learning journey blueprints are built right there in our platform. So I created one that was a pretty good use case for like one of your coaching programs for maybe like a high potential program, right? So before I jump in, all of these different symbols represent different mind markers. Mind markers are what we refer to as the 30 to 90 second messages that we're sending learners on a scheduled time-based schedule. So for this program, we start with a knowledge assessment so we can empower the facilitator or the coach in that first initial in-person session where they need to spend more time and where they might be able to spend a little less time so they can focus on the needs of the group. Then we color code all of the different mind markers based on the learning objectives. Learning objectives are created based on what are the KPIs that we're after for the learners? What actual performance do we want them to improve? So as you can see, we start off with objective 1 in the green here, and then we introduce objective 2 before this virtual session where we're going to cover the actual content. Then we continue reinforcing that as the connective tissue between these live sessions. Also, you'll notice over here that we have behavioral assessments. These are Likert scale questions based on the objectives of, how often do you do something, rate your confidence, or rate your ability for 1 to 5, so to speak. Oops, did not need to do that. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and hit Start Journey. Okay, so this is what the facilitators and the coaches would see when they're doing their learner program. So this is the home page. They can add or view their learners. They'll be able to explore the learning journeys. But we're going to go ahead and start with courses. So all you need to do is click this button down here and give the course a name. And then hit this Create with AI. And what it's doing is it's taking this information and it's going to create the learning journey map. Okay, so we have our introduction, exception to handling Python, that sort of thing. And then you just go in here and fill in your agendas for what you want to present. But since that takes, 30 to maybe a minute and a half, I went ahead and created a program to show you this as well. So you see we have this little drop down. Right now we're in modules. In modules, you can see we have our introduction. This is going to be our overview, a hosted session, and then we're going to have the application and reinforcement principles to follow. And then we can see the resources that we use to create this program so that it's specific to the IP we want to use. And then you also see we have a summary down here as well. So that will cover it. And then it also creates a video.
The 7 Principles of Reinforcement Learning, an overview.
Okay, so say I don't like that it chose 7 Principles ebook PDF. That's one of the resources that we used, right? So all I need to do is download the